guys, I'm Sally.
And I'm Ed, and we're in the heritage city of Kandy in Sri Lanka.
In this Kandy travel guide, we're going to be exploring some of the best things in this city as well as in the surrounding areas.
Let's go.
The cultural hub of Kandy is an incredibly popular spot among tourists with temples, tea fields, mountains and markets all nearby. And of course, it is the place where you do get the scenic train from Kandy to Ella. As you're likely to spend at least one day here, we've put together this Kandy travel guide so you can make the most out of your time here in the city. In the heart of town lies Kandy Lake. Now, believe it or not, the lake is actually artificial and was created in 1807 by the last ruler of the Kingdom of Kandy.
Back then, several of the local chiefs protested having their people work on the project. So in order to quiet the protests, the ruler just put them to death on stakes at the bottom of the lake. It's a pretty gruesome way to go, if you ask me. It's actually incredibly peaceful just down here having a walk around the lake. On the west side, it's a little bit noisy. The lake kind of borders one of the main roads here in Kandy, but around here on the north, the east and the south, it's actually a really, really pleasant walk. There's a little bit of a breeze, it's not too busy, it's just you and the lake, it's really serene.
Behind me is one of the most popular things to do here in Kandy. It is the Temple of the Sacred Tooth, and it houses one of Sri Lanka's most sacred Buddhist relics. It is an actual tooth of Buddha. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. There is an actual tooth of Buddha inside this temple. Now, something just to be aware of is that it can get really, really, really busy with tourists and worshippers, monks, all of the above, trying to squeeze into this small space all at once, all trying to get a look at Buddha's tooth.
During the puja offerings at 9 and 11 a.m., the room that houses the tooth itself is open to devotees and tourists. However, you can't actually see the tooth itself. It's kept in one of 7 gold caskets in the shape of a dagoba or a stupa. Out that the room that houses Buddha's tooth is only open at certain times of the day, at 9, at 11 and 6, which is when the puja prayers or offerings are occurring. So if you did want to come down and see Buddha's tooth and you're really into temples and they're your jam, then you do need to make sure you're here at 9, 11 or 6. As far as I know, that's the current times, but definitely double check so you don't come down and be disappointed like us. If you're looking for something to do that's out of like the hustle and bustle that is Kandy City, we've been told that checking out the Royal Botanical Gardens is an absolute must. It's about 6 kilometers from outside the city, and from what we hear, they're absolutely spectacular.
Back in the day, the Botanical Gardens were actually only open to Kandian royalty. Now obviously these days that rule doesn't still apply. They let us in. However, this is the biggest and the most beautiful botanical gardens in all of Sri Lanka. First come into the Botanical Gardens, one of the things you will see is the Spice Garden, which is what I'm walking through right now. And one of the things I love about this Spice Garden is that every single tree and every single plant has this little plaque which tells you what the plant or tree is and where it's from. It's kind of cool to know that, like, this tree right here is a cinnamon tree. Wait. This tree right here is a cinnamon tree. See, I wouldn't know that if the plaque didn't tell me. And actually, whilst we're on the topic of spices, the best place here in Sri Lanka to buy spices is apparently Kandy. We have heard that the best place to buy spices, if you are going to buy them, if that's the kind of thing you're into, is actually in the supermarket. Because firstly, they're a lot cheaper than in the tourist places like the Spice Garden. And secondly, it's kind of like the authentic Sri Lankan experience because that's where actual Sri Lankans buy their spices.
We're on a bit of a hunt for a tree at the moment. We're looking for a cannonball fruit tree. So it's apparently 40 meters high and has fruit like a cannonball.
The fruit collection is this way, so I don't know if it would be this way. Like, is it going to be in the fruit section? You would think it would be on the sign, but
maybe it isn't. Like, it's the Cannonball fruit tree.
Well, so that's what I'm thinking.
Fruit section.
Let's go to the
fruit section. Do like a singing in the rain thing. Oh, you need a light post or something for you to swing on.
This looks like we're going into the jungle.
Whoa.
I don't know why I put the umbrella down, it's still very much raining. Look at this tree!
Oh, whoa. Thoughts on this section?
This is amazing! Some of these trees are so tall. And actually guys, a tip we got from Luke, who is one of the hosts of our Airbnb, he said that when you're at the Botanical Gardens, remember to look up because there are monkeys and giant fruit bats. Actually haven't seen any yet, but it is amazing to get a different perspective of the trees. Like when you look up, it's just like, oh, we're so small. I have never seen a tree this thick before. Like, I don't know if you can tell on camera how thick it is, but it is like, I don't know. I think if Ed and I tried to wrap our arms around it, we would need to go around 4 times.
Try and hug it.
That is a big tree!
Botanical Gardens has all these like little isolated buildings, so I don't even know where we walked into, but it's just this greenhouse and it's this perfectly manicured little garden. And it's just so lovely. Fortunately, the gardens are closing now, but I have to say, in like the hour and a half that we were here, I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface of this place.
No, I feel like this place is massive. You could easily spend hours here.
Yeah, like bring some lunch, have a picnic, there's a canteen, get some coffee. Like, yeah, I really genuinely wish, this is the first place in Sri Lanka so far that I wish we had more time.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Next time though.
Next time we'll have to come back.
Tip for you guys, give yourselves like 3 or 4 hours, I would say, here in the gardens.
Yeah.
That's probably a good amount of time to see everything.
I think so.
We've made it back to our Airbnb and check out these views because like they're pretty epic.
We really hope you enjoyed this Kandy travel guide. We absolutely encourage you to, if you are here, to get out of Kandy town. It's great. There's so much to do, but there's so much more to Kandy than Kandy City.
And if you are going to stay out of Kandy town, definitely come and stay somewhere with beautiful views like this.
Yeah, we'll drop our link down below.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it this far in the video and you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that red button down below, give it a like, and guys,
We'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next one!